We're gonna bounce. This is the spot. This projection's definitely been playing out here, probability wise, right? Strong. Probabilities are strong. Strong.
Definitely.
If you're above the 95.4. This is what I'm looking for, and this is a weekly. We continue to find support here. This thing's going to want to go back up here and test this bottom side of this 68.3. Just so happens the mean is right there over the rest of the second quarter, pretty much. I like looking at this on high time frames. It's pretty cool.
Gives a good sense of what's happening.
I sense my spidey senses are tingling. Huh. And we're getting closer, people that are listening. But we are getting ready to go on a publication little spree here. We got to get some things published, public invite only. Draw a little attention off of TradingView. Rile up the dumbasses in the other server over there that just love to act like they know how to trade.
Yeah.
So yeah, good stuff. This is a mind blower. I'm sure Goofy's having a shit fit about it.
Yep. That's the thing. Even if they know how to copy it, they wouldn't know how to use it probably.
That's the whole point I'm always making.
Yeah.
It's about, like, I like to show the progress we're doing behind the scenes because no matter what we're doing, you want to copy us, that's pure flattery.
Right.
It's like the whole point is they don't know how to trade volatility. The ringleader might know how to make some indicators because he's got the math mind, but he is an awful trader. I don't know whatever.
If every retail trader converted to trading volatility, they would still mostly lose money because they don't know how to not be emotionally attached to their trades. They don't know how to limit their loss. They don't know how to take profit. Even if you banged it into their head with a 7-part course and coffee on top, they still wouldn't. They wouldn't do the right things. It doesn't matter how big this, like, you could have billions of people trading this way, it wouldn't reduce its mathematical edge because statistically speaking, most people are going to suck at this. They're not going to be able to trade unemotionally attached.
Yeah. Advantage hard workers.
Yeah, exactly. Advantage people who put in the time and the effort and actually bother to learn this stuff, know the subtleties, the differences. It's like, yeah, anybody could be an expert if they put in the 10,000. You want to be an overnight success? Sure, just put in 10,000 hours of expertise beforehand, and maybe with a bit of luck,
Just like all good things, right? It's like there's people out there, they're going to want, I need to be talked into this. It's like,
right.
Well, hold on here. You need to do your own research because here, let me be brutally honest. I don't give a shit if you pick it up.
Yeah.
You're on the other side of my trades. I'm trying to help you. You don't want the help? Hey, man, continue what you're doing.
Exactly.
If you're talking to me right now, obviously there's a problem. So, but let's get it straight right out of the gate. I'm not going to talk you into anything. You do your own research. If you see the light, good for you. Come join the Discord. Join us. If not, hey, that's what's so funny. Same thing. These people over in the Catalina Whale Discord, people are in, just in the Jabber, not just regular people. They're not even holders. They want me to talk them into buying a whale. It's like, I'm not talking you into buying shit.
Right.
Do your own research.
Yes.
There's only 79 out of 5,559 available, and I want them all.
Right.
So, like, I'm going to talk you into buying one? No, thanks. If you don't see it, go do whatever the hell you do. We're fine. We're going to survive without you. I hate being like that, but it's the way you got.
It's true. And you got to be that way also because, like, people have to make their own damn decisions. Like, they have to, be responsible for their own things. And if they just want to get, suck up signals, what do they expect they're going to get? Like, they're just going to get wrecked anyway. Even if you told them this is what you do, they're still not going to do it correctly. And they're still going to get screwed up. And then they're still going to come out and blame people that had nothing to do with their stupidity because that's all they know how to do. And that's all right.
The problem with that, that by the time the signal's been given, it's over.
Yeah, well, exactly. That isn't
People
that isn't
look
and
at that as
but even if we told them in an hour do this and they had the time to do it, a huge percentage of it would A, not do it correctly, B, not execute it correctly at one end or the other or both, and C, they would still blame someone else for their ineptitude or whatever. It's just human nature. It's and it's nothing. I don't blame people for that. It's just people don't have the time or the wherewithal to be traded. It's when we say it's not for everybody, we mean it. Like it's really not. Trading is not for everybody. Trading is for the people that are taking it seriously. You want to trade like a professional, go right ahead. You want to be a degenerate gambler, dude, go to Vegas. You're gonna have way more fun. Like, like
Tell the people that really want to learn, and most of them,
yeah,
they're going to
yeah,
be older. The younger
yeah,
generation, we're coming from all of this entitlement, the
yeah,
participation trophy generation, and so they want their hand held, and they want
yeah,
all the fucking corners nerfed for them coming into trading. And I'm just like,
yeah,
I'm the first person. I'm like, the first thing I'm going to do here, I want to hit you in the head with a baseball bat. We don't nerf the corners in trading,
that's right.
dude. This
Shark
it is a Shark Tank.
there's no soft teeth on these great whites.
Exactly. People come
Yeah,
in.
no, it's totally true. Like the mismanaged expectation. But the thing is, like, okay, it's partly the retail traders' fault. It's even largely or entirely their fault. But like, there is some degree of responsibility also on these huge corporations that are frankly shoveling all that poisonous information to them. Like, really, if you come at it with pure intentions and just a naive heart and a naive head, and you don't know any better, and you've stumbled down the big, huge path, which is the wrong path, which is what 99% of people go down because they just don't know any better. They look at the big sign that says this bank says do this, and the bank is telling you to use TA, Voodoo TA. So it's not really entirely the retail trader's fault in the beginning. But once they start digging around, if they really want to take it seriously, eventually they will find themselves on the path to doing this. By the way, I don't know if we mentioned it before, but anybody had any questions about how we do what we do, feel
How
free to ask. Anyway, sorry, man.
good. I get
Um,
zapped anyway. Told him earlier, I was like, Jesus, man. I think the ticks got me. Ticks sucked all my energy out of me.
what's that?
I
Who
told him
is?
my energy
Oh,
is zapped.
oh, your energy's out. Okay,
It's pretty hard the last couple days
from
outside.
all the work outdoors.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Chad just got this little hanging. I don't know what's hanging
Good
over me.
stuff, man. Good energy users
I mean, I could have
outdoors.
ate too many edibles, maybe. I don't know. Always a
Well, if any of them included a snack from Trader Joe's, you're probably fine.
it's no monkeypox, right?
yeah, no. That silly ass shit.
It's
They,
hilarious.
it
I
just
think
never
it's terrible
ends.
for yeah,
I feel so sorry for the people that just hang their hat and just watch the news every day and get manipulated.
yeah.
Like, man, when are you guys going to wake up? They're just rolling one thing after another, trying to keep everybody in fear. That's how you control a population. You keep them in fear and in debt. Have they succeeded? Is the system broken? No, it's operating flawlessly. This is how they created it. So when people say the system's broke, they don't understand. The system's not broke. It's running great
It's
for them.
running. It's doing exactly what its owners and operators have designed it and maintained it to do.
Sad people don't see through that veil of illusion that
Yeah,
they got us all separated for a reason
yeah,
because they literally have no power. And so when you have no power and you have this massive opposition,
yeah.
how do you take care of that opposition? You get them fighting with each other.
Yeah, divide and conquer the old way.
It's exactly what's going on. If
Yeah,
everything came together, especially in the States, they're
yeah,
done. This whole
yeah,
current administration will run just what? What's up? What are they going to do? 5 million people show up in DC and camp out. They're in trouble. But they got us all fighting over stupid shit, just dumb shit. racism that doesn't even exist. I'm not saying there aren't racist people, but to the extent they're saying America is racist, what a lie. Such a lie. Crazy.
If it's so racist, how come millions and millions of people who are not particularly the majority race in America try to flock to America every year? Are they rushing to a country that they think is racist, or are they rushing to a country that they think is the land of liberty? I mean, I'm just saying, like, kind of pointing out the obvious. Like, if I was escaping a shitty democracy, or a shitty dictatorship, or a shitty whatever country, it doesn't matter what their form of government is, something shitty, shittier than America, and I wanted to go to a better place, and I was looking at America, I would be thinking to myself, yeah, it's probably better than the shitty hellhole I'm trying to escape. That's why I want to go there. Now, I'm not saying it's the best country on earth in every respect. Of course, you have statistics that say this country is better for that, the other country is better for the other thing. No place is perfect, obviously. It's a country. It's full of problems. It's real, right? But like, it's still an amazing country, and it's still the leading economy where people want to go to, to succeed in business or whatever, among other things. So. Man, we are meandering so far off the track. Woo! Sorry about that, bro. I'm just
No, I got you all excited.
digging, man. I'm digging, man. So excited about all this information.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that we answer relevant questions that help people trade. So, yeah, man. Which we do anyway, but yeah.
Yeah. Passion.
I saw some dude in the public chat say something like, "Stay on point. Stop with the YouTube Jimmy this and that," or whatever. He was like, "Talk about how the indicators work." I wanted to tell him, "Hey, man, why don't you just join the pro trader tier or something, or the pro tier, and then you can ask all the questions you want and get the direct answers." But so far,
Yeah.
no,
If you're
no.
listening right now, join up, bud.
Yeah.
You don't have the indicators anyway. What do you want? Just signals?
Exactly. Like, you want me to tell you how this stuff works, but you don't actually want to acquire the tools? What's the point of that? How are you going to make use of them? Are you trying to build your own? Go right ahead. Like, but I'm not going to sit here and, if you want to build your own, join the community. Tell us what you're building.
Here's your signals. Market's
Yeah,
volatile.
exactly. They want signals. That's the bottom line, dude. That's the
Guarantee you
bottom.
100% the price action is going to go up and down.
Exactly.
There's your signal. Now you figure out when it's going down and when it's going up.
And also, you should buy when it's low and sell when it's high.
Right.
That's a pro tip right there. Pro tip for free.
People get confused. I called somebody earlier in another in a project. Sell something for 8 SOL that they bought for 36 SOL 3 days ago.
What the
I mean,
heck?
where's the thought process of people
Yeah,
like
what is it? Did they think that
that? I'm just gonna throw a couple grand down the toilet. No big deal.
literally, like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
I mean, if they bought 8 Sol worth of Luna, and then they realized they could dump it out for 3 Sol or whatever before it crashed to zero, maybe. But try to cut their losses before it hits nothing, maybe. But if it's something, you know,
Being invested. Do Kwon is being investigated for fraud.
Do Kwon. Yeah, man. Well, that's what happens when you piss off really big bag holders, man. Like,
Dude, for like 4 days before it depegged, he literally filed to dissolve Terra Labs. People are like, oh well, it's just a coincidence. And it's like, man, you guys are
coincidence. You
wow.
can't spell coincidence without coin.
But dumb to begin with. It was never gonna work in the first place.
Yeah.
You need stable coin backed by literal hard cash.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that's where we're
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
Crazy the
But
way they set that up.
it's just this whole synthetic algorithmic peg thing is
No good. No.
in his current inception, it doesn't cut mustard, obviously, which is going to scare a lot of people who are holding a big bag of tether. But so far, they're still, but that's all shenanigans anyway. Like whenever they have a problem, they just throw in some more cash from their beloved patrons who make sure that it doesn't go down. So, remember when they had that thing a few years ago? They raised like $1 billion for some debt they had to repay, and they raised it in like a couple of days. I think it was even less, but whatever. It was ridiculous. Yeah, big crypto money behind them, and always something shady happening, whether they are guilty of it or not. It's like always some allegedly stuff happening around Tether. I wouldn't hold that stuff long term. That's for sure. Just my opinion, not not pizza baking advice. Anyway, can we discuss Bitcoin stuff? Look at the beautiful entropy returns oscillators. Amazing. Look at that variance. I mean, just so great. Gotta love that you can trade trending moves, basically. You can literally just trade things like trending moves on entropy backed up with like AVR and variance and Laplace bands to know where you're going inside the bands, the VRE chart, the probability cone, and you're good to go. Look, we got tons more information that we could throw at you, but if you master those, you'll already win most of your trades.
Right. You know it.
Yeah, I mean they're just super accurate tools, like in every sense of the word. Variance is really, really incredibly powerful. Like you
Dude.
can put it to the right settings on the 1 minute and literally get a couple of minutes of lead time. What other tool can you even think of doing that with, practically speaking, in any trading system where you actually have lead time of a whole minute or two on a 1 minute time frame? That's just crazy. That's like a huge chunk of a move. That can even be a whole move before anybody's even in the damn move. You can already get out, and it's wow. So
Yeah, I agree, Donnie. Just read the chat. Nice work, sir.
yeah,
The
totally.
man behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
absolutely.
Great indicator.
The great indicator.
Let's see. But yeah, any questions? Any of you guys? Yeah, that's what I want to more change. I want to build this up to where there's a lot of people watching. Like, what a good day. I mean, we got like 10 people in there where this is for you guys. This is for your education to
Yeah,
learn how to use this stuff, right?
yeah. Good question. I like the Alpha CV Donnybrook. The question is, do I like regular variants or COV? I like actually the slightly older one that people don't even use anymore.
I personally like using the variance out of the Wolf's Bane because of the way the correlation is built
Yeah.
into the actual variance line.
Yeah. No, that is cool. But there's just the other one that I have with the settings that I put on them.
Yeah.
I like the way that it works for my scalps. But generally speaking, the one on the Wolfsbane that's my go-to on like every chart page.
But yeah,
Because
they're just set
they
up
are.
different.
They're really the same thing. It's just
Yeah,
same
yeah.
exact.
The variance with the correlation. Yep.
Yeah. It's the variance with the correlation underneath it. That's the one I like.
But obviously you can see, boom. Instead
Yeah.
of doing it like that, boom, I like having it set up just from the
Yeah.
Wolf's. So there is no correlation hogging, so the variance is nice and big.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got all kinds of stuff. And that gives everybody the opportunity. They can set up however they want. That's what I tell people. Don't copy me.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever you do, you got to learn your own freaking workflow. What indicators are working best for you? You got to be able to, especially if you're down here on these low time frames. You better have a good setup. You can't be flipping around. I have to have everything up on my monitors, to be honest.
Yeah.
Couple different two monitors, got two exchanges on them, right? So I can trade a couple assets at a time, depending on what's correlated or not. And then all three of my charts. But it's getting down to where that's why I'm slowly I add things where really right now, especially if I'm just intraday trading, I'm using just the VRE and my laser wolf chart. So I'm using this, right? I mean, I've mostly got this set on the weekly. I like to see from the macro perspective where we are on a projection. And this is actually looking good. Oh, come on now. Okay, Yasha, now look. Look at the wicks now. They're back today, right? In between the 68.3 to the dollar again. Yesterday, that wick was up to the 1 SD, and the bottom wick was like right about here.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? We're not having that big of moves. But it is on a weekly though.
Right.
That's the thing. You can move. You move $1,000, it's going to really fluctuate. But and that's is what I should have done yesterday, and I know what happened. It wasn't. You have to reload the chart as price action's moving.
Right. Right.
That's why it's normal today, because I reset this when I was setting up the new indicator on here and stuff. So now it's showing it correctly after, because once you have like a quick move, the weekly ones will shift a little bit.
Right.
Just you got to reset, and they'll go back to where they should be.
Yep.
Yeah.
A quick refresh on the screen is what fixes that.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Or like this. That's what I try to tell people.
Right.
Movement and your standard deviation levels start to offset. All you do is reload it.
Yep.
And they'll be flat. Whoop.
Exactly.
Show
Nice
you
and pretty.
what's really going on. And this baby is going to make a push. This is what I was going to do earlier. I want to start on the 90-minute. I mean, look at this. That's kind of. Well, that wasn't even really a big move, was it? 23. It's about $600, but to run an outlier up to the 99% confidence interval. Oh, interesting. Did it set up any div? No. No. I do like this to continue the top side. Obviously, I'm sticking to what I was talking about before. I think this thing's going to run to 40K. Let's see.
Well, just to be clear, the reason it's obvious is because the information you're reading is telling you that, right?
Yeah.
It's not a bias that's telling you that. It's just the information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing.
Just for anyone else who's listening in, who's not watching live on the live stream or doesn't know this information.
Especially when I'm seeing this going on.
Yes.
Using traditional TA, don't understand the distribution. They have no idea what's going on.
Right. So this bell-shaped curve is called a distribution model. There's a normal distribution model, which looks very much like a bell. Then there are Laplace distribution models, which also look like a different shape of bell, but
Bigger bell.
bigger.
Wider bell.
There's
Sure.
different kinds of distribution models. We like those too. They work really, really well for trading volatility, and they are still considered, good ones to use. Let's just say.
Yeah. I mean, I use Laplace projections.
Yeah.
I don't even use normal distribution projections, but I use normal and Laplace in the current candles.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Projection wise, even let's see here. Which one do I even have on? Oh yeah, those are the PB1s. Normal. Switch these up. And what what did this thing do? It did not. Oh, I know what's going on. Jesus. What is this? The third one? So normal distribution. Where are you? Yes.
It's a normal.
It's the second. They were all on one. There
Yeah,
we go. There we go.
there you go.
Um, you can see how Laplace, the 95.4 Laplace, right? Because we all know the second standard deviation normal distribution is also a 95.4% distribution level.
Yep.
But the Laplace distribution, 95.4, is a little tighter.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a little wider. It just depends on the volatility. But like right now, see, we're staying inside the 2SD, but you throw it on Laplace and man, it's snugged right up to the 95.4. That's why I like using it.
Yeah, and also, I mean, Laplace is being actively used by more and more,
Exactly.
large firms that do this kind of trading with bots or whatever. Not always with bots, by the way, but a lot of it is. And they use Laplace models more and more because it's very accurate. Normal is also very accurate, but model preferences over time do change.
It's
Currently,
better.
Laplace is gaining
Volatile
popularity.
assets, Laplace is better.
Right, exactly. It tends to be more accurate on these more volatile assets, and also the more people use it, like the more these firms use it, the more accurate it becomes because the bots are very precise. So, in a sense, it's kind of a self-fulfilling thing.
Yeah. Right here, we could turn this on. See something.
But that isn't to discount other models. Like we don't, diss Arch or Garch or whatever. It's just we use these models to trade because they work great.
I like watching the trends, right? That's what you want to look for. This right here, this is sloppy. This definitely was not a trend. I mean, you can see, you can look at the entropy.
Yeah. Yeah.
This back here, though, this down move, this is when you can like a little measurement here. Yeah, that's pretty bearish right there. 47. Dip
Well,
below the 95.4.
you can see easily when like when the deviation bands are below the trending candle and above also on the correlation candle of the AME A2 APP. Like when the deviation bands are really tight, obviously the entropy is less. Therefore, the volatility also, if you look at it, is usually going to be less. And therefore the move is going to be, less. And if you have greater deviation, more volatility, you're going to have wider bands, you're going to have more volatility, a bigger move. I mean, it's kind of logical, but if for
7 plus. This is what's great about the distribution when you're trading these low time frames. Even if you go down to a 5 minute, man, when you hit this up here, man, this thing's going to go sideways, and probably the returns are going to mean revert.
they did. That's a perfect example right there. Really. And you could go through any time frame on any day and you'll find examples like that with these tools, which is what's amazing about it. So
You're immediately on the
why
two
we do this.
bands on the reverse function,
Yeah.
and boom, here's the mean. So the returns mean revert here, drop below the mean revert here.
Yeah.
It's just continuous, one after another.
Yeah.
And it is pouring rain right now. Holy crap. Boy, it just got dark.
Enjoy.
It's pouring this morning. I don't know if
We're
you got.
already in dry season.
Can you hear that rain?
No.
Holy shit.
Send some my way, we could use it.
Yeah, plenty, right now. Plenty of thunderstorms.
we probably won't see rain for another 6 months here.
But like I was talking,
5 months, whatever, 4, 6, 5, maybe 5 months.
you don't just trade this. You got to incorporate you're looking for entries and exits. It's like I'm looking down here, and when the variance is low, I'm looking for outliers. And as soon as I see this setting up, obviously I'm over here. Okay, where are we? Where are we? What if the variance is low? Log return Z score is high. We're setting up a little bit of bear div. Maybe the volatility is going negatively correlated, expanding like it is right now in the 15. And then what if all that's happening and you look up and price action's rejecting off the reverse second standard deviation band here? It just helps. It helps understanding what's about to happen. That's what I'm looking for. And probably when I get back to trading, there'll be probably a couple things dropping off of here, because this pulled a lot of things in for me where I could probably get rid of Fisher and DLP and be happy just with the Z score returns oscillator and the variance. And obviously, volatility and entropy is never going anywhere.
But that's the thing. Don't try to copy though, or me or anybody on our charts, because we're not you and you're not us. You will have to find, you're not, everybody has to find their own preference of setups and strategies and how they use this stuff. It's not really strategies, but how you use the tool. Because some people are more comfortable using reverse wave trends. Some people are more comfortable using SCP. Some people are more comfortable using variance, or whatever it is, that floats your boat. Figure out the strategy that works best for you. Don't just try to copy somebody, because that will not work for you. Just trying to, if all you try to do is copy, that won't work for you. Now, do we show good setups? Sure. Do we share, good combinations of indicators to use? Of course we do. But that doesn't mean that you should necessarily look to them as etched in stone. It must be this way. Absolutely not. Like, the reason that there's options and settings and stuff is so you can play with them and figure out different things that work, because it's amazing what these tools can reveal.
You know what? You continue. I got to get off here. All this, I'm literally, my eyeballs are floating. You know what I mean? Hey, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Continue on.
Catch you later, man.
All right, later.